is going on, Capricorn? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your reader for today. This is going to be your reading for when you see it, okay? My readings are no longer time specific, which I've stated in, previous recordings. So messages now are going to be timeless. So when you come to them is when they are meant for you. The intention is set for that always. So if you came to this reading, whether it was because of the title, the thumbnail, the channel, my vibe alone, whatever it is, there's going to be a message here for you. All right. So, yeah. So allow yourself to be open. Okay. Use your intuition, use your discernment for what's meant for you and what isn't. All right. Not everything will be for everyone, and that is normal. That is expected. Right. So, we're going to get into, as always, some numbers and signs you guys may be seeing at this time that may help you better correlate which messages are for you. They might, give you some extra confirmation, some additional information to your situation, what you may be experiencing at this time. Okay. So before I get into anything yet, channel message for you guys, because through my experience, something that happened to me, and it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why that came through like that. So I feel like for some of you, may have weird things that are happening during this time that may just kind of like unexpectedly happen. Like say you drop something and then it triggers an idea for something else, right? So I feel like some of you may be finding during this time that that maybe the best ideas or really creative ideas that are really unique and different, or something that you haven't seen before, may be coming by way of something that you did or something that happened to you that that was like you spilled something, right? And then it triggered a thought, or gave you an idea on how you could use that for something else, or maybe the design that laid out in the spill kind of triggered a thought for a painting, or what I'm saying. Like I feel like some of you may be having, like I said, weird situations, or just maybe ideas that come out of something that happens, where it just seems kind of like, that's crazy how that happened. Like that's what I mean by weird. I mean, it could be weird in its in itself, but what's normal anymore, right? Like I love being weird. I love embracing my my weirdumness that a lot of people have tried to make me feel weird about just because they didn't know how to take it. So anyway, but yeah, I feel like some of you may be experiencing that during this time. Okay, so let's get into some numbers you guys might be seeing that may be of significance to you. So we have 4. First out is 4. You may be a life path number 4. You may be seeing 444. You may have a 4-year-old. You may be born on the 4th. Okay, this may be things that this message in this reading may be playing out in your 4th house. Okay. All right, we have 12. That 12 again, that hangman energy. Some of you are definitely going through an awakening at this time. 12, you may be seeing 12, 12, 12, 12. You may have a life path number 12, born on the 12th. Okay, you may have a 12-year-old. All right, maybe things may be playing out in your 12th house. Okay, and then we have 8. So same thing, life path number 8. You may be seeing 88, 888. You may be born on the 8th. You may have an 8-year-old. Okay, messages may be playing out in your 8th house. All right. So I always recommend, when you see any type of repeated numbers, symbols, signs, synchronicities, things like that, always take a moment to see how that how what your intuition is giving you about what those mean. They're going to be different depending on what you got going on, what's going on in your energetic space, what's going on in your mind, your mental space. So it's not always going to be the same, especially when you go on the internet. That's definitely not going to always be as personal to you as it is with your intuition that's talking to you, okay? Because your intuition, no matter what, will always keep it real. It'll always be honest, even if it's what you don't want to hear. It'll always be real with you, all right? So let's see what signs you guys may be seeing at this time. Also, don't get hung up on the signs. We're all energetic beings. That means that we can embody any sign's energy at any given time. So it may be signs in your chart, or it may be people you're dealing with, or simply the traits that you or someone else around you is embodying, okay? So first out is Aries. You may have Aries in a chart. You may want to check out the Aries reading. Maybe dealing with an Aries, embodying the traits of an Aries. Aquarius, same thing. And I actually did both of those. Both those readings are posting today. So, and Cancer. I'm doing that. I'm recording Cancer's reading today. So you may have Cancer in your chart. You may be dealing with Cancer or embodying the traits of a Cancer. All right. So let's see. Do Capricorns this time, and they come across this reading. They need another love spirit. All right, ooh, Lady Goddess. Okay, intensification at the bottom here. So I feel feel like for some of you, you may be more so embracing your feminine goddess energy, okay? You're, or tapping into that energy. For some of you, you may be attracting your you know, divine counterpart. If like, say if you're a man watching, you may be attracting your divine feminine counterpart at this time. Otherwise, some of you are just maybe operating more in your divine feminine energy, where during this time where Mars is in retrograde, has a lot of us kind of more in a restful state. It's kind of like difficult at this time for some people to really have maybe that passion, that drive, that energy that we may need to get things done. So I feel like some of you, it's good though, because it's kind of forcing you, not for all, but for some, I feel like what's going on with the planets are kind of forcing some of you to be more in a receptive mode. That's the feminine energy. It's not about, you know, man or woman, or, you know, feminine or masculine, like that in that type of sense. It's more so, you know, also the action, right, of that energy, being more receptive, allowing yourself to rest when you need it, being open to receiving gifts, being open to receiving information, things like that. That is the receptive energy. That is the feminine energy. Okay, so I feel like some of you are just operating more in that energy at this time, or you're being guided to. If you're feeling like you don't have the energy you need to like do things, or, you know, get things done like you normally would, that is why, where spirit is guiding you or asking you to allow yourself to tap more into your feminine energy. Yeah, clear your mind. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, it's like if there's answers or things you've been seeking, speak your world into being. This is all air energy here, both these cards, Gemini, last quarter moon, first quarter moon. So I feel like there's definitely some of you Capricorns are being asked to maybe take some time to go within, take some time to really maybe get outside, meditate. For those of you that haven't been doing it, or, you know, haven't really really vibed with the idea of meditation. Okay, you don't have to. Meditation is not always just sitting and trying to clear out all your thoughts and not think about anything. That's not possible, right? Meditation is more so the practice of allowing, you know, whatever thoughts to come, or whatever emotions come, without judging them, without attaching a meaning to them. You letting them come through and pass you by, the same way you lay down on the grass and you watch the clouds pass. It's the same thing. That's what meditation really is. So know that there are different, you know, meditations you can do. Some of them are, yes, seated. Some of them are quiet. Some of them are guided. Some of them are walking. You could do walking meditation. Some people realize that they meditate best when they are doing something, when they are being active, right? Especially for those of us that, you know, can prescribe to the ADHD type of thing. There's still walking meditations. When you're doing your dishes, that's a form of meditation. When you're cleaning your house, that's a form of meditation. When you're folding your laundry, doing these mundane things, that is also allowing yourself to be in a meditative state, right? So just a level of perspective. But I feel like for some of you, if you've been like looking for answers, seeking knowledge, trying to get ideas, trying to gain clarity about something, that this is the time to do it. And that's how you'll get it, by being in a receptive mode and allowing yourself to, you know, clear your mental space to allow the messages to come in, to allow the ideas to come in. Okay. So what else for Capricorns? Never judge another. Absolutely. Absolutely. So there may be let go of ego. Well, if this isn't a Capricorn reading, I don't know what the fuck is, okay? Never judge another, let go of ego. Yes. So this could definitely be regarding the feminine energy around you, Capricorn, whether you're the feminine or someone around you. This could definitely be also in regards to a mother figure. You know, like we tend to sometimes judge other people or judge our moms for things that they've done, decisions that they've made, things like that. But you don't always know why people, for one, are in the mindset they were in when they made decisions, but also you don't know what soul contract they came here to fulfill. You don't know what that you know, what their purpose was, you know. So it's about, you know, it's kind of like if we really remembered everything that we agreed to before we incarnated into this lifetime, a lot of us would probably feel pretty shitty not realizing, like, damn, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't judge other people because you don't know what they came here to do. You don't know how they came to help you. You don't know how, you know, what their role is in this lifetime. A lot of us don't. So a lot of people don't even know their own role, let alone someone else's role. Okay, so I feel like that's for someone here, and I feel like it's in regard to a feminine energy, whether you are the feminine or a feminine around you, someone that's really a feminine energy that's really affecting you at this time. I feel like that's what the Spirit's giving me with that. Okay, so all right, Spirit, let's see what else is going on. Okay. Okay, so at the bottom we have the World. So for some of you, this is a karmic connection, or just, and karma doesn't always, isn't good or bad. Okay, I know karma has gotten a negative connotation of, you know, it being good or bad, and people like to call karma a bitch. Karma is really not a bitch, because karma is that same energy that makes things right when someone does you wrong. Is she a bitch in that sense? Okay, so we gotta chill with calling karma a bitch. Just saying. Personal perspective, do what you like, right? But just know, it's just, you know, again, perspective. So we're starting here, beginning and ending with 2 6s. Okay, so 6 may be of significance to you. 6 is also the number of love. And I'm not talking about just relationships. I'm talking about overall love for life, love for everything, love for yourself. Okay, that's that. And that's also giving me this heart energy here. Green, crown chakra. I mean, not crown, heart chakra energy for you Capricorn. So I feel like some of you maybe going through some, you know, heart healing at this time, or needing to. I feel like some of your heart space for some of you is really being kind of like triggered at this time, and I feel like it's really happening to help you heal something, to help you get through things, to help you get to the next level. So I do feel like things are going to get easier though for you Capricorns. It may not feel like that in the moment, but I definitely feel like you guys have you know, come out of some type of conflict, some type of a really hard time. Okay, I feel like for some of you it's been conflicting. There's been maybe a lot of mind games, a lot of manipulation, a lot of things where it's like helping you move on. Okay, or I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting for some money, you've been waiting for a new opportunity, kind of like I want to say breakthrough energy, but that's, you know, the swords energy isn't even here. But I'm more so talking about like a breakthrough in finances, right? Where you've been, you know, wanting to kind of like getting that re-spark of life. Okay, I feel like for some of you that is definitely coming, because you guys have finally closed out a cycle. There's a cycle you've allowed yourself to close, and I feel like it has to do with the feminine energy. So if there's like females or women in your life where you're experiencing certain things with, a lot of that has to do with your mom, right? So when you close out karmic cycles with your mom and forgive, you know, the things that she's done or the things she said and how she wasn't there for you or whatever that is when you close that cycle with her, you're not going to attract these other feminine beings or energies, even if it comes in men. But regardless, you know, the body is just the vessel, right? It's just the vessel that the spirit is housed in to help you learn these lessons and close out these cycles. So if I feel like for some of you where it's like, my mom did that, you know, and you're seeing it in other women, that's just an example of a cycle that hasn't been closed out with your mom. So it's going to keep appearing in other people until you close it out. It has nothing to do with them. That's just simply a pattern that still, you know, keeps perpetuating until we learn what it's trying to teach us. And then you don't have to keep reliving that anymore, right? So I feel like for some of you, this is the energy that you guys are in right now, where you guys are, maybe things are coming up that's, you know, regarding the feminine energy. And it's to teach you not to judge other people, to teach you that, you know, everybody has nobody's perfect. You know, at the end of the day, we are spirits still having a human experience. So that means that that's going to come with mistakes. Mistakes are expected. Pain is expected. Love is expected. Finances, money, success, all these things are expected. This is part of the experience. So I feel like you're really being asked at this time, Capricorn, to really go within, allow yourself to these things that are coming up, allow yourself to really sit with them and you know, clear your mind and really receive, you know, maybe what someone's saying or what the downloads you're getting about a situation, to help you not judge other people, because it's essentially where you judge other people is where you're really judging yourself. Everyone you encounter is a mirror reflection. So if someone's showing you something, there is an aspect of that inside of yourself, is why it's showing up to you that way, whether it's an aspect or even just a thought process, a limiting belief that's being reflected to you to show you that, well, if you change this belief, if you decide that, oh, all women fucking suck, you're going to keep getting women that suck. So until you change that thought process, that maybe hurt women suck, you know, instead of not all women, hurt women, unhealed women suck, then you will start seeing women who are actually more in a healed vibration like you, right? So it's a matter of perspective, to never judge another, but also let go of your ego, okay? Let go of the pride. Let go of the pride and the ego, and that's that negative. And I get it. Y'all are Capricorns, right? That's your card in the tarot. So, you know, it's understandable. This is the ego. That's the devil. In tarot, that's, you know, Capricorn's major arcana. So I understand it, but everything in moderation, right? The ego, you can't get rid of it. You integrate it though, right? The ego isn't always bad, But anything in excess is too much. Anything in excess can be detrimental. Anything that you do too much of can hurt you, can harm you. So it's essentially about learning, you know, how to balance your ego, learning when the ego needs to, you know, come forward and when the ego needs to take a back seat and chill, right? That's the moderation, that's the balance here. So Spirit, can we clarify what's the, thank you. So yeah, this is about being confident in yourself. Things are getting better. So it's like, I feel like it's going to be time for you guys to really step into your confidence and really take action on something. Okay. I feel like some of you have some goals, some dreams, some desires, maybe in a new job. Sorry, you guys, my alarm went off. But anyway, I feel like some of you have a dream or a job opportunity that is trying to present itself to you, that you like, maybe in work, or maybe something that you really want to put in some type of effort towards. But I feel like it's like it will, whatever this is, I feel like it's something, if it's been difficult for you to get to that point, it's going to get easier. Okay. You guys are coming, you know, it's going to get smoother, but it's a matter of you believing in yourself, taking the inspired action that you're guided to take through shifting your perspective. If you see it as a challenge, of course, it's going to present itself as such. You're not going to have the energy, the drive, because you've already told your mind that this is hard. You've already told your mind that we can't do it, or it's not going to work. So of course you're going to see obstacles that come up. You're going to notice every obstacle, right? You're going to point them out, like, see, I told you. That's attraction. That's attracting, right? So if you switch your perspective about things and decide that this will be easy because I said it will be, because I know I can handle it regardless, you know, a challenge is simply just something for me to hop over. Like, you know, it won't be that bad, right? Let's go for 3 ones, please. King Pen, yeah. So it's like you guys are in the King Pentacles is underneath this, underneath the world here. Okay. So the King Pen is showing up twice here, Capricorn. That's your energy, right? So it's like you guys do have you're going to be successful regardless. Something is coming to you. Okay. It's like, obviously there has to be work put in, but I feel like this has to do with working on yourself. Okay. Continue to put your head down, do the work, and be open to receive. And I feel like for some of you may have a hard time doing that. And it could have to do with, like I said, mother wounds that need to be healed. So when you have this stigma towards women and feminine energy, it's going to be difficult for you to embrace that feminine energy within yourself, which allows you to be open to love that you deserve, which allows you to be open to new opportunities that are trying to come to you, new friendships, new networking connections, all these things, abundance, prosperity, that all comes from the heart space. So you have to allow yourself to be in a feminine energy to receive that, right? So it's not gender. This isn't about genders. This is about the energy, being in having the balance between the two. That's what the Chariot represents, right? Most Chariot decks have the white horse and the black horse. That is your light side, which is your feminine side, and then your dark side, which is your masculine side. Or no, vice versa. The light side is the masculine, the dark is the feminine, right? Because the feminine represents the moon, right? So new moon energy, that's why it's dark, because that's the feminine. It's the goddess energy. So this is, you know, and that's also where you find your gifts. You find gifts, talents, skills, abilities, things you didn't even know you could fucking do in the shadows. So when you allow yourself to go there, you never know what you can uncover, right? Because it's like the same thing as when you go into a dark room, you turn on the light, it's not dark anymore, right? So yeah, some of you are about to come into success, happiness, stability, whether it's financial stability, whether this is a loving connection, a new relationship. It's like, it's definitely here for you, okay? But it just required for you to, like I said, close out a cycle, okay? And don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself, but don't judge others as well. Because where you judge others, like when people point like this, do you see you're pointing one finger forward, but you have how many more pointing back at you, right? 3 more pointing back at you. So that's the thing about, you know, which it makes sense when, never mind, I'm not going to go there. How military people, how they do this whole pointing thing, that's so all the blame is directed outwards, it's being projected, right? 3 on the screen. So, okay, that's not taking accountability when you do that. So just know, okay? Got to be accountable. It's time to grow up. It's time to, you know what I'm saying, rework these thoughts, these beliefs and conditionings that have not been, that we've been, you know, ingrained with, but that aren't accurate, okay? They just hold you back. So it's time to really step into that and see, you know, what needs to be healed, what needs to be released, what needs to be reworked, okay? Because some of you, like I said, are definitely going through an awakening, okay? Some of you are maybe feeling stuck at this time because that's Spirit's way of forcing you to see things from a different perspective, see things from a different lens, yourself and your situations and your past, right? See it from the lens that is trying to show it to you, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not what you want to see. I told you, your intuition is never going to always cupcake things for you. It's going to be real, though. It's always going to keep it 1,000 with you, okay? And that's why it's so reliable. That's why people say that whole statement of, I can't always trust others to be honest with me, but I could trust that I'd be honest with myself. Like, I could trust myself to be honest, right? 444 on the screen. I can't always trust others to be honest, but I can always trust myself to be honest. Like, I can always be honest with myself, something like that. So anyway, you know what I'm getting at. All right, Spirit, let's clarify. Wow. Yeah. Y'all are about to come into a new opportunity, I feel, and it's going to be abundant. I feel like even if it's just simply a new idea, a seed that you've planted, that is going to grow. It's going to grow, and it's going to be fucking beautiful. I feel like it's definitely going to change your life. It's definitely going to change your life. But I feel like some of you, it's just a matter of this whole feminine aspect is really maybe blocking some of you in a sense. It's like about, like I said, a cycle that needs to be closed out. Whether if it's been closed, this is what's coming for you, okay? I feel like some of you have closed it, or you're at the tail end of that. But something here is definitely about to change your life. Like, you're not about to be living the same anymore at all, okay? That's crazy. That's dope. I'm happy for you. I really am. Because I feel like Capricorns I know have gone through a lot of shit, and I get it. You know, I get it. I understand it. I overstand it. So I know for a lot of you, this has been a long time coming. But that's the beauty of, you know, being an earth sign and, you know, things, that Knight of Pentacles energy, where it's like it takes a long time, but when it takes so long, it'll be worth it. It's going to last even longer because you know how long and how much you had to go through to get there, right? So anyway, Spirit, clarify, please. That's beautiful. So let me just show you guys these cards real fast. So clarifying the Page of Pentacles here, okay? This is also, the Page of Pentacles is also about learning, you know, learning a new idea. Some of you may have a class that you want to take, or this is simply about relearning yourself, learning new aspects of yourself after, you know, seeing things differently, like seeing yourself differently and rediscovering parts of yourself that maybe kind of got away from you, right? So we have the Ace of Pentacles here with the Sun and the Death card, okay? So just saying, y'all are definitely coming into a very abundant time, a very prosperous time that I feel like will definitely, like I said, change your, you're not going to be living the same anymore. Things are not going to be the same for you. Spirit, clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please. So the Queen of Swords came in sideways. Clarified by the Eight of Pentacles is the Eight of Wands, clarified by the Queen of Swords, and it came in sideways. So I feel like things are about to, and maybe in regards to work or something that you guys have been working on or putting some type of sort of effort into, it's like things are about to start moving quickly, but you may not, it's like, I feel like there's something you're not seeing though. There may be something you're not seeing. Okay. There may be, I feel like there needs to be communication here. Whatever this is, whether this is in work, relationship, whatever it is, connection, it doesn't matter. I feel like something is gonna move really quickly, but make sure that you're communicating clearly. Make sure that whoever's involved is on the same page, okay? If this has to do with like a connection and you really want to put in the work, and you really want to put in the effort, and things are going to move really quickly, make sure that you're not blocking, you know, communication here. Make sure that you're open to receive communication. That's reciprocal, okay? Because we're ending here with the Six of Pentacles. That's also a reciprocal energy, okay? That's giving and receiving. Make sure that, you know, that we're not just going for something without really taking the time to talk and, you know, get on the same page. You like, what do you want? What do I want? Okay, and go back and forth, right? That's equal reciprocity. That's equal reciprocation here. So I feel like for some of you, there's definitely something that's going to take off. It's going to move really quickly, but make sure that you're not blocking your own like knowledge. Make sure you're not blocking your own intuition, your own ideas. Make sure you're not blocking your intuition's like communication that's trying to communicate with you and tell you, you know, guide you on the best move here, the best way of going about something. Make sure that you're listening to these things and not blocking it out, because that's, you know, that's how you get duped, is if when you see things, or we move too fast into things, because that's, you know, that's maybe what we're used to doing, or we're just, you know, just want to go because we've been waiting for so long. That's when you fuck up. right? Because we're wanting to go for something so quickly where you don't see things clearly, and then you ignore it, and next thing you know, something falls apart, and then you're like, see, this shit always happens, right? But that was a flag right there that you ignored. So it isn't to say that something wouldn't work because you see a flag, but that's just to say, let's slow down. Let me slow down. Instead of me normally always rushing into stuff, let me take a little bit of time and slow it down a little bit. Let me dial it back a little bit. Let me communicate a little bit better. Let's talk a little bit about it a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more clearer on where I am and where you are, or where I am and what I want out of this, whether it's a connection, a job, a promotion, a business, a collaboration, whatever it is. Making sure you're on the same page before you just go gung-ho into something, okay? Because you want to make sure that you're getting back whatever you're putting in, right? That's a lot of times why people don't want to do, get and take certain risks, because they're so scared that they're not going to get back what they put in. But that's how that happens when you block the communication, right? When you keep things that are trying to be shown to you or told to you and you don't want to hear it, or you don't want to see it, you don't want to look at it, that's where that comes from. So it's nothing to be scared of. But it's just a matter of, if the situation presents itself to you, it's because you're ready for it, you're equipped for it. So show up to the occasion, step forward, and make sure that whatever is agreed upon is equal and it's reciprocal. That whatever you're putting out is going to get, you're getting that back, and vice versa, where it's balanced for both, right? Because all that does is open up another karmic cycle, right? That you're going to have to close out. Spirit card for the 6 of Pumpkins, please. Get some advice real quick and I'll let you guys go. Clarify 6 pumpkins. Why is it here for 10 of Swords? Okay. Clarify. So I feel like for some of you, if things haven't been, equal before, that's over, okay? For others of you, if this is something that maybe is coming back around, or you coming, something that's starting over for some of you, if this has happened before, if someone was backstabbed, betrayed, or hurt in some type of way before, this is making sure that going forward, if you're getting like another opportunity at something, or you're doing, stepping in, even if it's like a new opportunity with a whole different person or different, company or whatever it is, make sure that things are reciprocal, okay? So that way, if this is something that you did or something that happened to you, that doesn't repeat itself, okay? I do feel like the worst is behind you though, okay? This represents endings, that whatever wasn't balanced before, it will be balanced this time around, okay? But like I said, make sure you're not blocking communication here. You're not blocking, seeing things clearly, or what you need to see clearly, by moving too quickly, okay? Or letting someone quick talk you, or you being a quick talker. Like, don't do that, nor should you allow that to happen. Spirit, one more please. The Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is Jupiter energy, and Jupiter just went direct. So you know what I'm saying, this is like saying that things will turn. This can work, it can be prosperous, but you're gonna have to go for it. Okay, you're gonna have to go for it. Now, for others of you, if this is talking about like being a flighty, kind of in and out type of energy, if it didn't, if it's like, if that's a energy that maybe some of you are used to being like a player and super flighty, in and out, here for a good time, not a long time type of energy, this is saying that for some of you, that's not going to work here. Whatever this is, that's not going to work. Okay. It's like, if you're going to go into a connection and go for something and want, for some of you, a actual commitment, actual stable, happy, prosperous household and commitment, or whatever that is, it needs to be equal and reciprocal. Meaning, if you expect someone to be loyal and, all about you, you should be the same. Okay. Don't expect, and that's also about being a good leader as well. Never expect from others what you can't provide too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, we all have different education and upbringings and backgrounds and things like that, but it's talking about, your expectation of others. It's obviously, it'll show up differently, but I'm saying for the most part, the gist of it is, don't, expect others to show up in a way that you can't show up as well. If you can't match them in that energy, then don't ask for that. Don't let that be something that is a standard or a requirement for you or for your life, or to be in a connection with you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that whatever you're asking for from that partner or that situation or that job or whatever is something you can show up, in an equal way to receive it. Okay. Make sure that it's equal and it's reciprocal. All right. So let's use this deck for advice. I don't know. I don't like that song. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway. Alright, Spirit, let's see. What is some advice for Capricorns, please? Advice for Cappies. Oh, wow. So, Judgment is at the bottom here. So this is talking about making a choice. This is talking about making a decision. This is also talking about second chances. Okay, so this is about, I feel like some of you have definitely gone through an awakening, and this is the time to make a decision. What are you going to do? Are you going to leave something out in the cold, or are you going to go for it? Are you going to abandon ship? Or are you going to decide that I'm powerful enough, I believe in myself, I deserve this, and I'm going to go for it? Okay, so you have a decision to make here. Okay, and again, choice. The Lovers represents a choice, and you know, older traditional tarot decks, that represents a choice. So I'm gonna show y'all something here now. So this energy now, so we have the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, Six of Lightning. Now we have the Lovers, and we end it with the 6. So now we have 3 sixes. We start off with 2, and then we have 3. Okay, so 666. All right, that's heavy love energy. Okay, loving yourself, loving others, but that's also like the key part of manifestation. That's why love is so important. Okay, so Spirit's advice here is telling you to take a risk. Okay, communicate what it is that you want and make the choice that's you know, the most harmonious, that's the most aligned to your path or to what it is that you want, right? We always have a decision, so it's up to you, you know, what you want, but it's time to make that decision. If you want a second chance at something, it's time to go for it. Take the risk, trust that it'll work out how it's supposed to. Okay, now if this is, you know, something else, this is talking about making the choice to, you know, take a risk and have a different life. This doesn't have to be a repeat thing, okay? But this is about, you know, trusting yourself, trusting the universe that, you know, if I take this risk, that it'll work out. Like I can trust the universe will protect me or keep me safe or whatever it is. That's about trusting the universe. That's what the Fool represents, that you're taking a risk and you're trusting the universe will catch you, you know, without making you fall. If you're going to fall, you're going to land on something soft, right? That's just having, you know, the trust in the divine. And, you know, because you've maybe gotten the information that you needed, you communicated clearly, you guys are on the same page, and you're deciding that, you know, this is what I want. I want love, I deserve love, and I'm gonna have it, right? And it'll work. So, really fast, Capricorns. What I was going back to writing your title down, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to write their numbers down, right? And I went back through and found your numbers. When I add all those numbers up, the 4, the 12, and the 8, guess what it equals? 6. It reduces to a 6. So your reading already had 3 6s, like, you know, like without the clarification, I didn't even look for any 6s in that, but 3 6s off top automatically, and then that equals a 6. So it's 4 6s. Just saying. Okay, so that's 12 and 12. Okay, which also reduces to another 6. Wow, that's fucking crazy. So 6 is your number right now, Capricorn. Okay, that's about love, vibrational love, period. Be open, be receptive. That's where your manifestations come. That's where the love that you need from the universe, from yourself, from your guides, all of that is encompassing. It's love. You are love. You are it. So it's time to just accept it and embrace it. Get over it. You're love. You are love. Okay, everything points back. Everything at the end of the day points back to love. Okay, so just, that's up to you. Choice is always yours, but at the end of the day, Cappies, you do have the choice, and things can work for you if you want it to. And it looks like, because like I said, it really feels like some of you are really closed. A cycle has been completed, and so it looks like things are turning very, very beautifully. Things are turning around very beautifully for you. So I'm happy for you guys. I really hope this reading gave you some clarity, insight, encouragement, enlightenment, you know, to your situation. If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you have not, and until next time, you guys.